Try to keep you guys waiting. James first, as always. How are you guys doing? Yeah, I overvaulted them a bit, yeah. I did not get the Bluetooth parts today, still in transit. Oh, damn, that's six, man. Hopefully they turn up tomorrow for you. I put a couple of offers in for some controllers, quite low offers. I did put one in. It was going like suspiciously cheap, so I feel like it's not going to work at all. I got it for £6 something, like £6.60 plus postage. Yeah, suspiciously cheap. Like it was like £8 something, or best offer. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna offer like £6 something, and they accepted. And I was like, okay. So hopefully, suspicious. I put a couple of offers and I gutted. I missed one by literally 1 minute. It was 3 controllers, 2 were like the special edition coloured ones. And they were going for like £23, I think the person paid for them. Probably plus postage. Mic level is low. I'm not too sure it's on, but it's normally on. Hopefully it's okay. Just putting some gloves on a second. Can you guys hear me fine, or is it still pretty low? Some technical difficulties with the gloves a second. Okay. So yeah, these LEDs, I think that's why they're doing different colours. Some I thought are still a bit low. Let me try boosting this on 0 at the moment. So if I do this, that should turn it up a bit on the gain. So yeah, what I think, do you know, like some of these were lighting up different colours. Some were brighter than others and stuff. It turns out what I think has happened is some are completely dead, and others, the individual like diodes have died on it. I've marked the completely dead ones with I haven't looked in the microscope yet, but I've marked them with a permanent marker. Is that better? Yeah, sweet. But yeah, that one doesn't have a mark from a permanent marker on it, but that one looks fried as well. You can like literally see there's something inside the LED is cooked. So use a digital zoom. I never use a digital zoom because it's absolute ass. I'm assuming the ones which we can see are cooked are the ones which the individual diodes are cooked. Some of the colours are working. But the ones where like I put the black dots on, which are completely dead, they don't look dead like the rest. The one on the very end I remember looks dead. Like this one. Clearly dead, look at that. The one on the very end, if I remember correctly. That one doesn't look good either, does it really? Yeah, the one on the very end is what give it away for me. Like that is one cooked LED. Yeah. Yeah, so it turns out they are not 12 volts. Do you know how I found out they were not 12 volts? Can you see this on the end here? this heat shrink. Well, I cut it off on the other one just because I was curious. And have a look what it says right here. I did the heat shrink. 5 volts. I was like, that explains a lot. Explains why we've cooked so many of these LEDs, which I'm gutted about. This is a perfectly good strip, so many LEDs. Guessing that's what it should look like, one of them maybe. Whoa. That one does not burn, but there's like a massive bubble of void in that one. So yeah, this channel should just be named What Not to Do. Look how many LEDs I've ruined. Oh, this many LEDs. All carbon individually addressable. Oh, some nasty damage on some of these. They're going to a lot of new LEDs. I'm probably going to have to. I do have these other ones I'm watching with now, so we might just use these, but they're not individually addressable, which is not going to be as fun. Damn, look at that one. But the other one I'm a little bit confused on. I've managed to figure out, some of the stuff, and I've managed to get them powered on. Oh my days. Okay. So that's like, I don't know how much money down the drain there in that strip of LEDs. I feel my pain. So yeah, these ones are hooked. I did try desoldering one of the LEDs. Very difficult. I knocked the capacitors off. I don't know why they got capacitors on these though, because I swear there's normally resistors. But I don't know. But do you remember this one from yesterday? This one I managed to get powered up and working. Where are my little crocodile clips? Which are plugged into the mains, so I probably should get something a little bit safer than this. For these power up, I just connect that to the, and I just connect one of the colours to ground. Oh, wait, never mind. Not on that lead. If I connect 5 volts there. See, these are, oh, what have we done? No, what have we done now? Okay, they kind of working. What the okay. The power down there. Just the entire back of the board is ground into crocodile clips for touching both sides. So yeah, that's the LED's working, but I just need to figure out to wire these to the ESP, because I'm used to using addressable LEDs, so I can just use one pin. But I think I can do this. Problem is, I've had to like, this lead's just janky. The colours are like wrong, but I don't know. I guess it kind of looks like a blue, red, green, and black. So I've had to like cross over the red one year because I'm going to be used to playing that with a different power, but then I just need to figure out all the grounds on the hue. So I assume we just pulled each pin to ground as needed, but I don't know. Because I think if the colour's grounded, then it's on. If all of them are on at the same time, that will make white. I don't know. I got my AirPods in. They died. Hopefully they got enough charge. See if I can put my AirPods in. Well, I didn't seem to hear a connecting sound, so that's never good. I think they're all dead. Yeah, they're still dead. That sucks. Maybe the charging case is not kind of charging it either. Oh well. Okay. Let's crack on with this. Okay. So let's figure out what pins we're going to use. All of these, well, most apart from like these ones here, and I think 2 underneath, and this 3 volts, maybe the ground, all have PWM. So it doesn't really matter which ones we use, I don't think. I'll try using maybe, I wish they had them numbered in order. It would be nice, wouldn't it? 16 and 17 next to each other, and then it's 4. Well, I guess we can just use these. Put a little bit of solder on there. I want to grab a connector now. Use connectors. I think we want a male. Do we want a male? Yeah, we want a male. No, that's not a male, that's a female. It's hard to tell these days. And then we want to go. Ignore the red, flip it this way around. So we'll have 0, U. Solder on maybe. Maybe I try at an easier angle. Maybe put a little bit of flux on these and some solder on my iron. Makes my life a little bit easier. Okay, let's get these wires on here. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay. So, need a ground wire now, I guess. Where can I get ground wire from? Guess I'll just cut some off here. This will do. Let's cut that roughly at that length. And let's strip this wire back. No, that's not square. Let's cut that square. It's thick, but this is good quality wire. One of the better wires I've got. It's good copper, strips nice and easy. Oh my god, it wraps around your gloves. If you're wearing gloves, like a nightmare though. Tinning is a little bit more difficult because it is such a heavy gauge wire. Put a little bit of flux on there. Because it's a thick wire. It's going to need a little help to tin up. Don't you try going anywhere there, you stay there. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. Oh bloody hell, why is my solder iron smoking so much? Chill out. Okay, so we have a ground wire now. So I guess we connect that to the G. Just rolling this board around. Durability test. Alright, let's check this wire on here. It's absolutely chunky wire that's just absorbing all the heat from my soldering iron. Let's try to put some solder on the tip. Let's try. I know I shouldn't use such a big wire. I should learn from Andy's mistake earlier. Using a big wire for a small pad when you rip the trace. You will kill ESP32 if you don't connect MOSFET. Why do I need a MOSFET for? ESP32 GPIO is max 20 amp. I'm not powering it from there though, don't these just pull to ground? I don't think I have any MOSFETs. Maybe we do in the electronics kit, I'm not too sure. So do I need, because this power is not connected. The power is going to be going to the LEDs from these crocodile clips. Oh, well, I still damage the ESP. The RGB wires must have 0 to 5 volts to mix color. Really, I thought they just pulled the ground. I thought they get the voltage to the positive, and then these just pull them to ground. Where is my strip gun? Here. So these not just take 5 volts on the 5 volt part, and G, R and B just grounded. I don't have the positive cable connected on either ends on these. And I was going to connect this to the ground with this to ground the ESP, and this to power the LED. Will that not work? No? Will that fry? The LED? Yeah, I'm confused now. I don't think we have any MOSFETs or anything. I don't know. I've not done these ones before, I don't think. But I think I have, but I don't know if I've done it with an ESP. What do we have in here? We've got voltage regulators. No MOSFETs, so we've got transistors, and we've got voltage regulators. But yeah, we don't have MOSFETs. You definitely sure that this won't be fine, FarmTech? Connect these two together like this. Connect it the right way around would help. Like this. No red wire connected. No red wire connected here. Ground connected here. And then the power connected to here. Will that not work? Yes, no, do you know? Okay, I remember now. Logic level shifters and stuff. I think I used before. I'm just going to give it a go. I'm not getting any response. YOLO. Let's check a wire on here. Do we have a wire? What wires do we have here? Here's a red wire. Oh, these wires are a nightmare to strip. Just heading these up. Oh my, Ian's gone into complete sleep mode. I just realised as well that I didn't buy any chocolate earlier when I went shopping. Good, and I did buy some ice cream though. Okay. This one's going to the LED strip where it is. So you're going to have to stay there for a second, LED strip, while I solder you up. Don't think I have any solder on there either. Must have taken the solder off. There you go. I took the solder really fast. Okay, wish me luck. If it goes boom, it goes boom. I'll be gutted, but it is what it is. Alright. Nothing short in. That's plugged in there. And the LEDs are on. They're not making the colour I'd expect them to. Okay, so the LEDs are on. Let's move this. Okay, so that's all on. I'm gonna plug the ESP in. And maybe not run over a cable. So we now need our ESP. Plug that in. Okay, they've all switched to green now. The common wire is power plus the RGB are pulled to ground. Yeah, that's how I was saying, that's why I was confused. Use PWM. Ah, okay. Yeah, it is, I don't even know, they're just 50/50 non-addressable LEDs. I have no idea, I bought these like ages ago. But yeah, they do use PWM. I've just got to go into WLED now and set it all up. Configure LED preferences. We are using. Where do I find just like a standard PWM, RGB clock? I don't have a clock plugged in for these. Or is that what it's going to use? Start 0. Okay, GPIOs. We have 0, 4, and 16. So RG and B, I guess it'd be. So 16 maybe. Let's try first. Oh, why is it in red when I go up to 60? Okay, there you go. 16. Green 4. Let's try 4. And let's try 0 for that. Why is 0? Can I not use 0? Okay. I might not be able to use 0. Let me try tapping out the 0 is coming up as an invalid option, I think. Let's unplug that. There's no power now, is there? I guess this one is plugged in, but it's not grounded. Oh, I guess this would be grounded though, so yeah. Let's move that over there. Let's move this from 0 to 2 maybe. Let's see if that works. Can I get any contact with the board? There you go. Take this one off. I'm trying to move that to Number 2. Okay, so that's soldered. Can we put 2 in? Okay, it's taken 2 as a valid option. RGB, so hopefully that's right. Yeah, I can control it. But yeah, none of the setup's done in Wi-Fi. It's all done in LED configuration. The only thing that's configured in Wi-Fi is the Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's all plugged in. That's soldered to there. That's not plugged in. What do I want to do? I need to power this down and the ESP. Okay, let's power the ESP. Let's plug the ground in. Where's my ground here? Well, I'm calling it ground. Technically, it's a neutral. Well, technically it is ground and neutral because I'm connected to a PC. Well, actually not connected to a PC. I'm connected to, well, I guess, both a PC and a power supply, which does technically go to this ground. But that's technically the neutral cable in this instance, so the current can complete this circuit. Let's power this up and okay, so that's powered up there. I don't know if you can even see the LED strip on camera. No, you can't, because it is hanging off screen. Let me move some of these metal objects out of the way. Because we've just got, this is like short circuit city glow down here. Everything is just electrically conductive that we have on our desk right now. We're dealing with like crocodile clips and stuff. Okay, you can see the LEDs now, so that's good. Okay. It says clock though, so that's the only thing that's confusing me, because I don't have a clock wire connected. I'm aware of. Okay, they've just switched to white, back, power, power. No, nothing is happening. Okay, power. No. What am I missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so LED preferences. It's not asking me how many LEDs, I guess, because they're not individually addressable. What am I missing? Is there grounds? Some grounds I'm not connecting here or something? Okay, 0.5 amps is required for what I'm using, apparently. Let's try inverted output. I doubt it. Oh, wait. Something's kind of worked there, but it's still one orange one lit on there. Maybe I should knock one of these lights out to make it easier to see for you guys, the lights. No metal, not smoke. God damn it. I know you want to see me blow stuff up, but we've already fried enough stuff. Let's knock some of these lights off so you guys can see these LEDs. Oh, what have we done now? We just disconnected the power. Okay. Alright, let's try to get something heavier-ish on here. Preferably something that's non-metal. AirPods. Okay, so that'll do. Oh, we can maybe stick this tape on, yeah. This might hold it. There you go. Now we want to connect. We want to move this. And we want to bring in the power. There you go, you can see them lit up now. See if we can adjust the brightness on these. Brightness down, brightness up. Okay, but the only thing is when I knock them off, they're not off. They're orange. So that's the only thing I'm confused about. Why are they orange when they're off? Try to turn them red. I'll turn this orange, purple. Close enough. Blue. Yellow. Green. So that's all kind of working apart from when I turn it off. That's not off. That's orange. That is a mystery. It's a dark, spooky stream now as well. Ooh. Hope nobody's scared of the dark. Does anybody have any idea why when I knock them off? Is it just because this I getting power from this? But surely they should be knocked off via the ground or something on this board over here. Because I'm assuming the ESP can just do something by controlling the ground. Oh wait, they've knocked, no they haven't knocked off. They've definitely gone dimmer though. But I don't think they're completely off. I'm sure I can see, a tiny, that's probably going to pick up on camera, but a tiny little speck still in there. They did die down slightly, but there's still a tiny, tiny, tiny little speck of orange in there, so I don't think it's showing up on camera. They look off on camera, but there is, I can use the microscope maybe. But with the lights pointed up, let's try this. See if we can move this into the microscope door for you guys. Zoom out. There you go, see? That's apparently off. But that doesn't look very off to me. That looks very much on to me. See if we put it over there, you can see a bit better the frame. But we can click the power on. Whoosh. Color red. Color yellow. Orangish yellow. The colors look weird on this camera, but they look slightly more accurate in person. Green. Hopefully that's coming up green on screen. I might get it built on stream, that looks green. On the screen built into this microscope, that looks like cyan. Purple. Random. Can we do we can do effects and stuff. DJ light. Do we have like a police one? Is there one called Siren or anything? I swear there is. Color palette. No, that's not what I want to do. I do not want to be editing JSON files. Blink. Let's do this one. And I go down to speed. There you go. Oh no, the police are coming. Somebody in a bad electronic repair. or posted something they should know on Facebook. The police are coming for you guys. So yeah, we got this working, I guess. Anyway, I still don't understand why when I knock it off. Okay, so I got a power now. I'll show you these. And then power. And like that's apparently off right now. Does that look off to you guys? I don't understand, because the other board LEDs had capacitors, so yeah, logically that could make sense. I'd be like, oh, they're just holding some charge. But these are damn resistors. So why are you when it's off? Are they doing this? Last time, I swear, after a little bit of time, they like died down to that very faint orange as I showed you. Do I have something in the settings wrong, maybe, in the configuration? Should we keep watching? Let me know what view is the best for you guys as well. And if I should knock the lights back on, because it is dark as shit. Yeah, see now, over time, they've gone to like that really, really, really faint orange, which is like a little dot. Okay, you get down there. Weep, it's not showing up on stream. The colours all seem fine now, so maybe it's fine. I did prefer the other LEDs that I had, because they were like way, way brighter. Like how well I'm going to see these on stream, or you guys will see these on stream, with all the studio lights on. Who knows? But that's pretty cool that we can just turn them white, and that's on 100%. Like you can see how pathetic these are compared to like every other LED that we've used. Like this is with all the lights off. They are like, yeah, not very good. Maybe we get some new 12-volt LEDs or something, I'm not too sure yet. But I've got to look how to install Lumia Studio now. Lumia Studio. Lumia Stream, that's it, not Studio. Download for free, download for Windows. Okay, so we're downloading this Lumia Stream right now. Shall I knock the lights back on for now for you guys? See if we can even still see these LEDs. Barely. And that's with one light on. This is two lights on. My glove is caught in the switch. There you go. You can kind of see them, but not very well. Okay, let's see. Downloading, I think it's still downloading. Yeah, it's done, okay. I have no idea how to use this thing. Install. Okay, apparently I'm installing this thing. I have no idea how to do any of this. It's like webhooks and stuff. But I'm thinking this might be easier. Okay, so I've got to log in now. Okay, give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm just logging in. Select all. Continue. Open Lumia stream. Okay, just setting up an account. No thanks, maybe later. It's connection time. Okay, so YouTube. Allow Lumia to view your videos, view my members, trigger actions, and chatbot functions. Allow Lumia to send chatbot messages as yourself and trigger actions. Saspa, okay. Copy link or connect. Okay, so connect. Connect. Continue. Open Lumia stream. Connection successful. Okay. This is pretty user friendly. You are officially now a Lumia. Let's get you started. What is my currency? None, I don't use currency. GBP, I guess. I'll auto convert currency to your default. No, let's leave it as it is. Show daily pro tips. Yeah, I guess whatever. Start tutorial. Okay, gonna give me 2 seconds, guys. Taking a tutorial. Apparently, welcome to Lumia Stream Interactive Tutorial. Okay, you can pop out any widget by clicking a button. Okay, yeah. You can remove or add away. Oh my god, why so much stuff? Stars to keep track of. Yeah, I'm not reading any of this. I'm just clicking next. Guarantee I'll be Googling how to do this stuff in a second. Okay, this is a queue here, and you'll be able to see the order of all incoming commands and the users who sent them. This is a cooldown table. You can view commands and users currently in cooldown. Okay. Logs. Okay. I need to refresh. Okay, this is so confusing. How the hell do I even do this? Pigeon Milk is here. What the hell? This bot is this post and stuff. Apparently I'm here. Okay, streaming tools, commands. Welcome to the command section. Let's look around and we'll start with chat commands. Folders. You can arrange your commands as groups. List. You can preview commands by hovering next and click the text test button. Oh wait. In WLD and early burn chest, check the box for off refresh. I'll have a look now, 1 second. WLED config LED preferences. You said off refresh. I cannot see the setting you mentioned. No, I can see one called dithering, but that is it. Why is the camera out tall? Because it controls much one LED, doesn't it? Yeah, I cannot see that setting you mentioned. Sorry, FarmTech. Check the box for off refresh. Yeah, I can't see a box for off refresh, sadly. Click the user level tab. User level. This page is to edit and add user levels in commands. You can set up which user level may use that specific command. Anyone, follower, subscriber, tier 2 sub, tier 3 sub, VIPs, mod, streamer. Okay. This is confusing. Click the cooldown tab. In cooldown you can set a global cooldown. You put individual cooldowns. Okay. Click the global settings. In this page you will be able to disable the whole commands by disabling the global state and change the global key for all the commands. This is a lot of stuff to take in. Restrictions against you private stops and users from sending commands. That's going to be helpful. Turn on restrictions and simply enter the username to restrict them from your channel. You hear that, guys? If you start spamming this shit, then we'll be putting you on this block list. Order commands in the website. I don't even know. Settings, LED. Yeah, that's why I went settings, LED preferences. I can't see that under my preferences. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Yeah, I don't have that setting, sorry. Maybe they removed from your version. I'm not too sure. I'm on the newest version, like 15 or something. It is 0.15. Okay, so list. Okay, well that's not doing anything because I don't have this actually like linked into anything right now. So how do I? I know I can do it. I seen a video on somebody doing it. I just have no idea how to actually configure this thing. This is going to take some figuring out. Just clicking buttons right now. No lights added. Okay, so question mark. How do I add lights? It says no lights added, so I assume I need to add lights. It can also be viewed in the browser as OBS dock for quick access. Okay, that's handy. No idea how to do that. How the hell do I add lights onto this? What's this button doing? No, that's not the right button. I'm just literally clicking random buttons here. I'm gonna have to try Googling how to add lights to a Lumia stream. How to add lights to Lumia stream. Okay, see what Google comes up with. Connecting smart lights. Okay. Yeah, how do I do this? I don't need an entire SAO page. Oh, do I really have to read all that text? I don't even think it tells me how to do it, does it? Yeah, that page just goes on about random crap. Okay, 1 second. To add lights, open the app, navigate to connections, lights. Where the hell is that? I don't even see that. This is so confusing. It says like no lights added, but I can't see how to like add lights. board. Create default settings, virtual lights. Okay, create let's try virtual lights. No, these are simulated lights, which will behave like real lights. No. Input control? No. Oh my days. Connections. Raffle, I can do raffles, HFX, event list, poll. Connections maybe? What under connections? No. Settings. Excluded lights. OBS, filtered words, mod tool. ESP can leak current in PW. Maybe. I'm not too sure. What the? There's a cat outside making some weird ass noises. Let's see, I think it's a video. Oh yeah, okay, let me just see if I can review this video. It might show me what I need to do.
First,
how the hell did this guy get to this page without pages on? Okay, so he's on his dashboard now, okay. Studio. Wait, that's adding an animation, isn't it? I don't know animations. I just wonder what I got down right. Oh my days. Can somebody just give me in the desktop app, go to the connections. Where the hell is connections? I don't even see there. Always connections. Add new connection. Chatbot. Okay, 1 second. Spotify, YouTube Music, now play in VLC, stream, about hyper rate. Okay, lets you stream your heart rate with a 2-minute setup with Apple Watch or a wide range of chest belts. Bands with other supported heart rate monitors. Yeah, we probably won't be doing that. You guys, let's see how out of shape I am. You can apparently put ChatGPT. You guys totally want ChatGPT. I did. Okay, WLED I found. So let's click this. Let's click next. Click refresh. Okay, well apparently I have the I did now. How the hell do I don't know, do we just try a command now? Commands, test, red. Oh, it works. Okay, does anybody want to try? I don't know how you guys would do the commands or type them. It says anybody can use them. Share. You can share the command by setting the code or saving the file. Copy to clipboard. What does that look like? Okay, now that's just a bunch of gibberish code. Oh wait, I can see the command. That doesn't seem to work. Do I have to integrate that? I don't know, I'm confused. Oh wait, no, it turned red. There's just a delay. Okay. Yeah, there's a delay. Nice. Does anybody want to give this a go? You guys should be able to change the color of these LEDs. The problem is they're not bright enough for my liking, for me to be able to like even notice this. Or you guys have noticed it on the stream. Like we need like some super bright LEDs. Does anybody want to give a command a go? Damn, there's one hell of a delay on this. Nice, that's kind of cool. Doesn't last very long. I'd like to maybe have some sound play at the same time as that though. But yeah, that's kind of cool. It's just a shame how much delay there is on there. Okay, chat command actions. Conditions, code, keep up mouse actions, cooldowns. Okay. Click X on that. Let's try this one. One, two. Okay, that one went right through in like 2 seconds. But if I try blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 8 seconds to change. And it doesn't stay on for very long. I guess okay, it's just really underwhelming. We need way more powerful LEDs, I think. For this to be good. I wonder what other stuff I can do with this this software. Let's have a look. What is I can do polls apparently. What the hell is HFX? What the hell? There's a Penguin Z one and a Keanu Reeves one. What the hell? The SpongeBob one. How do I use this? Select which command type you want to add HFX. Use in chat command. What the? I'm not seeing anything happening here. How do I then reach the free command limit for command max of 8 commands? So what are my other commands? That looks pretty cool, like, I like SpongeBob running across the screen and stuff. But apparently I can only have 8 commands and I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. I don't know, maybe it's counting the same ones and I can't add any other command. Start the plan chat commands exceeded. So it must be to get premium to do that kind of stuff. Okay. What other stuff can we do on here then? Can we do this raffle thing? Okay, that's cool. Loyalty points, what the hell are they? Alerts. Use these tabs, what alert you want to customize. Okay. So you can customize, TTS. Nice. Audio states and much more. Variation allows you to trigger different alerts based on conditions. For instance, you can have a police siren go off when you receive a tip of more than $100. Okay. Choose an audio file that will be played when this command is triggered. Okay, there's a couple of cool stuff this can do. You can have like audio player. I swear there's like other ways people do this kind of stuff though, which are like free maybe. Because I see Andy having stuff on his stream where he was using commands. I don't know if he's using a free tool or not. Stickers, gift members, session gift members, super chat. Okay, so different alerts and stuff. Overlays. Does this even do anything? I'm clicking, nothing's happening. Scenes YouTube tutorial. Maybe I have to set this up. Who knows? I know what I wanted to get working is working now. As we can do the color chat commands. Can we do green? Just takes an absolute eternity to come through to the LEDs, and you can barely notice them. Changing color. Which is a bit of a shame. I wonder if I can make these any brighter, these LEDs. Default brightness, let's try 255. Let's try brightness factor 100%. Even though I do have them brightness. Oh, wait. They do look brighter now. Are they showing brighter on stream? A bit. Not a massive amount. Maybe we find like a diffuser for these or something to put them in. I do have a plastic housing somewhere with a diffuser. Oh wait, we've got like an LED diffuser to put here. Maybe these will make them look a bit better. Will they look better in here, in one of these? I do keep knocking off. What am I like? Ah, okay, never mind. I see what I'm doing. I'm shorting the power to the housing. Oopsie. Does that look any better, guys? Or is that like worse? Because in person I can see the individual LEDs okay. They look purple though. Why is this set to purple? Oh, because I've got a set to purple. There you go. Yeah, that's not super bright though. Some of it confused. What is going on there? I don't know where we could put these where they would look the best and where you guys can actually see the colours changing. Let's try blue. No, let's try. Can we try pink? Does pink work? Is that a thing? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, that's pretty cool. Nice. So we did get this working. Maybe we'll try with some other types of LEDs or something. Like these do look better, but I think under studio lights, lighting is not the best thing. I wonder if we can get this to trigger scene commands to the software on the free version. If we can, that would be perfect. Maybe we could have like an additional camera set up, like a webcam somewhere, and just have you guys be able to change scenes or something. I'm not too sure yet though, but we got an ESP32 finally working and actually doing something functional, and we didn't blow anything up this stream anyway. So that's pretty good, even with these sketchy ass crocodile clips. So, progress. These, on the other hand, are just completely fried. These LEDs, which I'm absolutely gutted about, because these are really good LEDs. What they call this, a WS2812B, 144 LEDs a meter, individually addressable. Turns out they're 5 volt, not 12. We put 12 volts into them because it's not indicated there. It's indicated under the stupid heat shrink here. So yeah, that sucks. It's just a shame how washed out these LEDs are on the camera. They look fairly visible to me. So that's kind of handy, I guess, if I can set up notifications to make these flash. I'm much more likely to notice your guys' notifications when you send stuff through. Like, is there one called flash? Is there a command called flash? We'll see. Nothing is happening as of yet. You can set up all the lights to flash, but then these particular lights I'm using right now, I couldn't unless I somehow, I don't know if I could plug an ESP somehow to control my studio lights. They're like 240 volt ones, they're not like the Elgato Stream lights, which you can set up that with. What am I looking for commands? I thought there was one called flare. There is one called flash. Why didn't that work? Apparently I used flash. I didn't see nothing happening. No. Let's try again. So maybe I don't notice these things. Oh no, I guess I do notice this. It's not. It's a bit lame. The police one is okay, I guess. Is it even gonna work? Nothing's happening this time. Is it just that slow, or did I do it wrong? No, yeah, it's just really like, it's one thing I don't like about this. Sometimes it takes like a second, sometimes it takes forever. It's really slow. I understand there's a bit of a delay between like YouTube and stuff, but I don't know if one set up on a local network could be faster. Because yeah, we still have to receive the YouTube chat, but at least we haven't got to then send it to the Luma studio. Maybe a local would be faster. But that's kind of cool. The fact that you can have chat controlled LEDs. It's just a shame that we can't have them being more powerful or like light and stuff. If we could have it to control like all the lights and certain notifications where everything flashed, including the main lights. But I don't know if that'd be possible. It probably would, but I don't like messing with mains voltage. Maybe when we get like some Elgato streamlights, like some LED ones, maybe, I'm not too sure. But then are they going to output like this level of brightness? Who knows? But luckily we've got this set up, so that's progress, I guess. And then I'll like curling up. I do need to heat shrink all of this. I've got caps and stuff for the end. I don't know if we'll cap this side yet, because there's a whole mass of wires coming out. We might just hot glue this end. Cap this end, maybe trim it a bit shorter. And we could possibly stick it down here. I'd have to look at running the wire a bit better. Maybe putting this in like a braided sleeve or something. Just to see if it looks okay. At least that way I wouldn't have to purchase any other LEDs, even though I would have much preferred the LEDs that we fried, just because they're a lot brighter and there's like a lot more of them. You guys could have done a lot more cool effects and stuff with them, whereas these are not individually addressable. They're just standard RGB LEDs. So that's a bit of a shame, especially because I absolutely ruined 144 of these beautiful LEDs. But at least we can now type in commands in the chat and change the color of the LED. It just takes an absolute fortnight sometimes. I'll have to look if I can use have them change color for longer. I'm not too sure what other commands that we've got. Okay, apparently you can enter hex values. RGB, the RGB one's not too bad. Let's try the RGB command, see how that works. So I type exclamation mark RGB into chat. So that's not bad. I feel like we need more going on though. Like, I want some movement, some sound. Maybe we could look against some little speakers or something. Or if I have any little speakers around here. Because I have an audio coming from the stream right now. I probably could, but then you guys would probably hear background music, and most of the time I've got AirPods on anyway. But that's why I thought the lights would be a good idea. I'm hoping to link these to alerts and not just chat commands. We'll see how the chat commands go. Because I see people just spamming the heck out of chat commands just to make these lights flash constantly and stuff. And then I won't notice when they're being used for alerts. But that's a cool integration. I don't feel like as proud as I would if I done it with some code and stuff, as opposed to this Lumia Studio app. But there's so much stuff built into that. It might be better for you guys. I don't know, I might get a premium version, I'm not too sure yet. Just because apparently I can have like cool overlays and stuff, and like GIFs and memes and stuff on the screen. Like, who doesn't like memes? But I might have to look into see if there's any other ways of doing that, which are free, because free is always better than paying for things. But we'll see if they're like as straightforward and as good and stuff. I should probably knock my soldering iron off before I forget. So that is pretty cool. For anybody who missed what we've done, we've got the ESP32 here. This is a Lowland Light ESP32. We've then got the R, G and B connected to GPIO pins on here. They're using PWM, which is pulse wave modulation, I think. We don't have the red cable connected on here. Or on this jumper. We've just got like a little jumper here, so we can just disconnect and connect this easier. Just because I had like a whole bunch of them from a previous project. So I thought, well, I'll make my life a bit easier for once. Currently we're powering this via a DC wall adapter, and we've just got crocodile clips on it for now. Which won't be the final thing, because this is just asking to be shorted out. We've got a ground from our DC power supply coming to our ground and our ESP, so that grounds all of this together. And then we're just taking out 5 volts for our 5 volts LEDs. Turns out these ones are 5 volt LEDs. So it turns out these are 5 volt LEDs as well. We thought they were 12. They are now dead. So yeah, we're injecting now 5 volts to power LEDs in there, and now we're controlling the colours. I'm assuming by pulling these to ground, I'm not too sure. But it's with PWM, because I know I had to check which GPIO pins can do PWM, and then in WLED, which is the software we use to install onto here, we just configured the LEDs as RGB PWM and defined which GPIO pins we were using. And I'd done them in the order of red, green and blue, RGB basically. So it was 16, 4 and 2. Because they are the pins we have to be using. If you're using a different ESP board, the pins might vary. You can always Google the name of your board and then pin out. And look for the pinouts on this one. Almost all of them, apart from like the top 4 or 5 on the top left, the 3 volt and the ground all do PWM. So it didn't really matter which ones we plugged into. We just plugged into ones which were next to each other for convenience, even though apparently 12, 13, 14 are the most common ones, but 12 is over there, 14's there, and 13 is just somewhere stupid, yes, over the other side of the board. So I didn't want to be like jumping a wire across the board and stuff. So we just picked ones which are more conveniently placed next to each other. We probably should, if we're going to be keeping and running this thing. What have I done now? I'm just messing with the power cable, am I? Yeah, I'm just messing with the power cable, apparently. Okay. We should probably put this into an enclosure. We have enclosures somewhere. I just don't know where they are right now. We've got a box of like little grey boxes. I don't know where they would be. Oh, never mind, I can see them. We've got little grey boxes. They're meant to be white, are they grey? I don't even know what colour they are. On the listing they look white. I know when I've used them in the past for projects for my little brother's bedroom, I spray painted them white. They blended in better with like the woodwork in his walls. Just these little white boxes. Doesn't have any information. I got them from like Amazon or something. They're pretty handy if you don't have a 3D printer and you have like a little enclosure for an ESP and you don't want to pay a fortune for like one of them things, because I'm cheap. I probably didn't pay much for these. Like, they're decent enough. Like, you could watertight these if you really wanted to. Like, they don't have a gasket on them, but you could put a gasket on there. You could probably even get a really thin rubber band, to be honest. There is a notch above these little clips. Or you could use like some liquid gasket or something like that. If you did want to waterproof one of these, you can mount them. You can either, obviously, if you had a PTV to fit in here, you could use them as standoffs, or you could just drill through these and wall mount it. If you still want it to be waterproof, you could also just put some silicone and then mount that. So you've got silicone all around the screw and everything. As you can see, a comparison size-wise, there's plenty of room to fit one of them in. I normally fit one of these in, and then like a 12-volt DC jack in here with like the screw terminals. You can like fit an infrared sensor in here as well, like if you want to fit like a charging module and stuff in, even though these have them. But if you did need to fit a charging module or a buck converter, you could fit one of them in there as well. You can fit, you know, an ESP and a bunch of other small modules in one of these. So yeah, they're pretty handy, and I don't know how much they were, but they were probably cheap, because I don't pay a lot of money for things a lot of the time. I do buy nice things now and again, but if I'm just buying stuff to potch with, I normally don't spend a fortune. I don't know how many I had. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably would have been a 5-pack of these. And I don't think I would have paid more than £10, whereas I've seen some of the proper ESP cases, even though they do have proper like USBs, holes and stuff in them. Whereas you have to like drill these and use files and stuff, depending on what port you want. That's just like a round file. We have like a triangular file. So you can't just like drill holes. Or you could probably just use a soldering iron and just put the case in of a USB port on it or something and just poke it through. Barrel jacks and stuff like that are not an issue because they're round. You just use a drill bit and some hot glue on the inside. Problem solved. But yeah, we'll probably have to put this into a little box. It's a bit less sketchy. You can then just put a little bit of foam tape on the bottom, put that under the desk here. You guys probably can't see if I zoom out. There you go. See, we've got like a shelving unit here on the desk. You can just go under here basically. And then the wires can just run out the back to where the rest of the wires are. So we can just do that and then potentially stick this here of the wires running the heat shrink over the end here. A little bit of hot glue on there maybe, and hot glue in here to glue it down into the case. It's just a shame that these are not super bright on the stream. But when I did lower the brightness on my stream, before it looked too dark to me, I kind of like this level of exposure. Yeah, what's going on, Grass Pedal? How's things doing? How are you this evening? You okay? We've just been potching with some LEDs. We did fry the first lot yesterday, which were much better LEDs. These are 144 meter. These are either 60 or 30 a meter. These are WS 2812Bs. But we thought they were 12 volt, or I thought they were 12 volt because I'm stupid. Turns out they're 5 volt, and we fried them like an entire strip. This is just an offcut because I tried trimming it down to see if I could get any better results, and there's one missing because I tried desoldering it thinking it was shorted. Nice, alrighty, ready to fall asleep to the easy listening pigeon. Why, thank you very much. Yeah, I know the feeling. It is pretty late. I probably should be sleeping myself, but just been potching away. I wasn't going to stream. I was potching for about 2 hours before I decided to stream. After I realised that we'd completely killed these LEDs. I can probably show you guys into the stream. Where the hell did I just put that LED? There it is. Because I was wondering why they were getting so warm when we had them plugged in. Makes sense, and also why we heard like popping noise twice when we tried plugging them in. What is going on with this microscope? Why does that look completely black? Okay, something's going on with my microscope. 1 second. Microscope. Deactivate. Activate. There you go. So if I bring this right down here for you guys, I zoom in, you can see, especially on this very end one, the damage that we done to these LEDs. Even the ones which don't look broken, like they're all dead. I marked the ones I thought were dead because there was like no light coming on with a marker, and I put like a little circle on them. But it turns out all of them are dead, just not all the diodes. So some are doing like a green light, so the green diode is still alive, but the rest of the diodes in there are dead. Some are doing like a purple light, so I think 2 of the diodes are dead in there. It happens, I bet they were nice and bright for a second. Yeah, they were running very bright. And this thing was getting like ridiculously warm, like probably reaching like 100 degrees or something, I don't know. I got like gloves on, and it was really warm to the touch. After being on for like not a very long amount of time. That's where I removed one. Because first I thought, there's just some kind of like data issue happening. Maybe there's a short on the dead ones to stopping the other ones from communicating in WLED. But no, it just turns out the entire thing is just fried. Which is absolutely gutting, because I've never used that strip. I've had it sitting in a box for a couple of years and I never got around to using it. But it is what it is. Shit happens, as they say. I'm not going to get tore up about it. I don't know why this one's looking green now though, rather than it looking the colour it should do, because it has changed for some reason. Connection to light failed. What have we done here? Okay, is this not plugged in properly? No, it's not. There you go. Connection to light. Let me refresh this. Set this to white. There you go. We've got some chat commands working now, so if anybody does want to try them out in chat, you guys can control this LED strip with commands in the chat. We are going to be tweaking it at some point. I'm using a plugin called Lumia Studio, but I'm on the free version currently. So you can type in stuff like exclamation mark, and then I think you can type in hex values, or you can type in a color, or some other stuff. So if I do exclamation mark red, for example, in chat, there is a bit of a delay. This should turn red. It can take up to about like 10 seconds though. There you go. You guys can probably see that. The problem is it doesn't look super bright on stream, and it defaults back to purple for some reason. But that is basically the result of what we've been patching with. We didn't fry these LEDs, we just happen to have a couple. These are 5 volts left lying around. My favorite one to use is probably the one called exclamation mark RGB. That will make these flash. So that's pretty good. That's like the first step towards us trying to like improve the stream for chat basically. There's more stuff for you to do. I'm going to have a look what else I can do on this free version of Lumia Studio. See if we can integrate some more stuff for you guys, but I can't add any extra commands on the free version, so I'll have to have a look what other people use and how they do it. Maybe I'll have a word with Andy, because he's got like some good alerts and commands that you guys can use in this chat. Where he's got like GIFs or clips and stuff popping up. I've seen there's a whole bunch of cool ones you can do in Lumia Studio, but you need the premium subscription. As with everything in life, you need a subscription. So that's a bit of a shame. But we've managed to get some LEDs working without having to pay any additional money or purchase anything extra. We did kill a perfectly good LED strip, which makes me sad, but we'll put these away somewhere and forget about them and pretend like it never happened, and then I won't be so sad. So on the next stream we'll probably look at maybe seeing what else we can control. I could possibly control my studio lights. They wouldn't be straightforward to do. I'd have to buy more stuff because they are just standard 240 volt CFL bulbs, like softbox studio lights. They're not like the what they call the Elgato Streamlights. You can pay them in super easy into Luma Studio. I've seen people do that, and they've got like a bunch of like Philips Hue stuff. It's like no, it won't be a key light, but they'd be practicals. I always forget the names of lights. So I know obviously you've got your key light, your hair light. I think they would be known as practicals, I think. But like your environmental lighting, so to speak, accent lighting and stuff. You know, you can have smart bulbs and stuff like that. You can link them into, so you know, you could have the entire scene and stuff flashing. I've seen some ones called like flashbang that people have used, where it just like, you know, all lights up to like 100% brightness. But that'd be pretty cool. But one idea I did have, I don't know if I can do with Lumia Studio, is to get one of them like if I say dancing toy, it doesn't sound quite right. At Christmas time, you can get like dancing Santas and stuff like that. It wouldn't necessarily need to be Santa, but you can get like, it's like a figurine type thing. It's on a base basically, and they kind of like dance around. It's got like a motor in it. I wonder if we could use an ESP to like control one of them. I don't know if we could directly with data, but if not, we could probably just use like, would it be a transistor? Is that what a switch is? Like an electronic switch? We could use, I think it's called a transistor. You know, we could send current via GPIO pin or something into the, I think it's normally the middle pin or whatever, and then use that to switch that on and off, and then that could then throughput voltage to something like that. Don't know where it'd fit on my desk. Maybe we'd have to try and get like a webcam set up to the side somewhere, and then if we could somehow get a command or integration at the same time to switch scenes, switch that was just something I was thinking of. Just like more interactions for you guys basically, so you can just like have more input and control over some cool stuff. I don't know if I'd allow it just for commands, or if it'd only be for like super chats or just certain things, just because people tend to abuse things when everybody can easily just access things and use them. We'd have people just spamming commands every 2 seconds. Like, you won't be able to see what I'm doing. They just keep like changing scene or something, probably just for the lols, which I don't blame them, because I'd probably do the same thing. It's funny, you know, but it's not funny when you're on the receiving end of it. But Lumia Studio does have like a bunch of settings you can do for like timeout and cooldowns, and you can restrict access for commands from people and stuff like that. I'd also have like to see if we can, because we've got Lumia Studio working set up now, maybe try something a bit more complicated with finding some code online, maybe editing it, and using some of the webhooks, because I know you can do this with just like ESP, and then you need to like integrate like webhooks into your code or something, and you can set up your own commands then, whatever you want, as many commands. But obviously having more options and flexibility makes it more complicated. If you're good at coding, it's no problem, but I can't code at all. That's the only problem. So it's going to be more difficult for me, but it would be a better option, because I'd have a lot more control over what we can do, what the exact commands are and stuff, and I wouldn't have to pay money for it, which is always nice when you haven't got to pay money. So we will see. We'll figure that out next stream. I've also got a couple of offers on some controllers that we might be fixing next stream. I've got one that I purchased. I got it for suspiciously cheap. It was listed as faulty, not working, not tested or something. So yes, probably going to be completely fried and dead. But it was like, I paid like £6.60 and they accepted my offer. I paid £10 including postage basically, because that's how I worked it out. I was like, well, the max I want to spend on a gamble like this, it's going to be 10. I just minus the postage and then submitted whatever that was. Basically, it was like $6.67 or something as my offer. And I came home and it was like posted. I was like, okay, I guess they accepted my offer. I put a couple of other low bids on some other stuff going, and I missed a really good one earlier. Somebody got 3 nice looking Xbox Series ones. They were a bit rough. Vault Blue. I forget what the remix colour for this one was called. It's like Heart Remix or something. And then another one, maybe a Shark Blue one, for like £23. I was like, damn, I missed it by 1 minute. The listing was there, I clicked it, and as I clicked it, obviously they must have just gone and sold. That would have been a really nice one for me. I would have had 3 controllers, pretty nice ones. 2 of the colours I don't have either. So I would have been really happy with that. But I put a couple of offers in on some other ones. I think they were just like standard, like probably robot white ones and carbon black ones. Nothing exciting. We're running relatively low on TMR sticks as well. We've got 1 pair of the newest Ginfos left and 2 pairs of the generation before. I've got millions of Alps left, but I don't really see the point in putting Alps on ones I want to sell. I'll do that for repairs. If anybody wants a controller repaired or anything like that, I'll put Alps in there. And I wouldn't charge, if somebody's willing to pay for the postage and stuff to get it back and forth, then yeah, I'd install some standard Alps free of charge, because I don't really use them, and if obviously I know anybody in person who wanted them done as well. They're good quality, genuine Alps as well. But the TMR ones, I save them for the ones that I put, hours of work into stripping the entire controller down, ultrasonic cleaning it, any bumpers or any other issues with the controller get addressed. Everything gets cleaned down, upgraded sticks, and then brand new. Like the rubber thumbstick parts as well, brand new ones. Any new screws which are missing, the brand new, top quality ones as well, the newest ones. We still haven't got to sell any. We will be listing some for sale soon, and we will probably be selling the ones I don't really want to sell, but I'm holding way too many controllers. Actually, we've got this custom transparent one, and we've got the orange one as well. And this has got TMR sticks in it as well, the newest Genful ones. I think it's got all brand new. Everything's new apart from the D-pad on you, basically. Brand new sticks. All these buttons are brand new. All these buttons are brand new. Triggers are brand new. Bumpers are brand new. Middle bar is brand new. Entire case and housing is brand new on you. So yeah. The only thing we kept from the original was, I think, the Xbox button, the D-pad. Everything else, obviously, and the internal PCBs, but everything else was completely brand new on you. And we've got an orange one as well, orange and black, which is absolutely beautiful. I really don't know if I want to sell that one, just because this is a really nice looking controller. Right, it is like 10 to 1 in the morning, so I probably should wrap up the stream. I've got quite a long day tomorrow. I've got to go and measure up for somebody who wants some stuff done, and then I've got to go and install a light fixture and a bathroom fan for a family member, which is going to be a fun time. Shouldn't take me long though. And then I'm going to come home and probably stream, see if we can figure some more stuff out here. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have some snacks now, because I bought some ice cream earlier. And then hopefully, get some rest. I don't know if I mentioned about my blister the other day, where I burned myself. I had gloves on, nothing wrong with the gloves. The gloves are in perfect condition. My finger, not so much. This is a fairly small blister. It's just playing up because literally the gloves the day after I done it, the bloody gloves ripped the thing clean off. And look at the state on that. Like, that's not look good, does it? Should not be yellow and pussy. I've cleaned it a million times with isopropyl alcohol, and I'm always wearing gloves and stuff. Like, we cleaned again with some isopropyl, but yeah, that's what happens, I guess, when you rip this thing off a blister. The like the day after you do it, I think literally it blistered up. I took my gloves off that stream and it just ripped the skin straight off it. So yeah, don't burn yourself with the soldering iron, guys. It hurts. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you very much for everybody who stopped by. It's been much appreciated. I'm gonna get some well-deserved sleep. It has been a long ass week. I probably should wipe that IPA from my desk quickly. Don't be looking at my hands, you creeps. Oof and ouch, yeah. Very painful. It's not as bad as when I burnt my leg though. I was using this thing. What can I forget of this thing? I can't just, yeah, I was using this on the end of, it goes on the end of the ear, it does. It's for taking sticks off, like controllers. It's very big, it gets very hot, and it holds a lot of solder to make sure you get good contact. Well, yeah, I kind of like waved it about a bit too fast. Big blob of solder came off, burnt right through my trousers and into the top of my thigh. That was really tender. That was probably one of the second worst burn I've had. The first one where I was stupid, I don't know what went through my mind. I just grabbed the soldering iron like that when he was on and burnt all of my finger on here. So I got some damage on the skin and stuff. So yeah, a lesson to y'all. Soldering irons be very hot and don't be touching them. Learn from my stupid mistakes. Alright, let's unplug all of this before I end the stream, just to make sure it's all off. What I've been doing, because this is like silicone. I'll zoom out and show you guys. I assume this is a safe thing to do. Just been clipping them on the end of my desk, basically. So they like don't short out, because it's plugged into my mains electric, and I don't really fancy tripping my electric at like 1 AM and I have to go to the breaker box in the pitch black. So I'm gonna unplug this now before I end the stream, just to make sure that I don't do anything stupid. Because it is a cheap adapter and I don't know if it's got any built-in protection or anything. There you go, that's safe. That's unplugged. Okay. I think I'm actually going to end the stream this time. I always say that and then ramble on for ages. I talk way too much. I do apologize, guys. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, thank you very much, guys, for everybody who's joined tonight. It's been much appreciated. We've had some fun with the LEDs. Next stream, we probably do the same. I'm not too sure where my controller will arrive. I will try and get some bids going on some other ones as well, so you guys have got some actual, repair footage to watch, rather than me just rambling and trying to make random stuff. So everybody enjoy the rest of their night. Thank you very much, Grass Pedal. I'm not too sure if Farm Tech or James or anybody or Cartho are still here. If you are, take it easy, and everybody have a good night. And once again, thank you very much for stopping by. Take it easy, guys.